YouTube. So I'm back again with another video. In this video, I am going to go over all of my completed coloring pages in my whips. Okay, so this is the first book. This is The Promises of God. This doesn't have an illustrator. I got this was the actual first book that I bought that was adult coloring. And I bought this book from Barnes and Noble. And I only completed one page in here. If I can find it. So this is the page that I completed. I just used color pencils, Crayola Twistables. That's when I really was first, like everywhere I turned around, adult coloring was popping up everywhere. So I was like, I want to get into it. And I got this book and I got a pack of Crayola Twistables and I just colored this page. And now that I know a little bit more, I want to go in and do shading. But I said I'm just going to leave this the way it is because this was my very first page. And I kind of want to just keep it that way just so I can see the way that I progress. So I completed that page. And then I tried to start moving on to this page and didn't complete it. So this is the whip that I want to complete. And this is another one that I started. And you see I didn't get far. So I don't think I said this, but my 2024 goal is to complete all my whips. I have a total of 23 of them. So I'm making it a goal to complete all of them this year. So this is The Promises of God. The next book is Inspire Proverbs. And I have one completed page in here that I colored. I think I dated this one. Yes, for December 2022. This is the first one I completed and I posted it to my Instagram. You can follow me over there. Most of my pages are on my Instagram because that's where I started posting at A Handful of Virtue. And I have one more not completed page, which is this one. So the story behind this one is I was going to do the whole page in Sparkle Pop pens. And I started to do that, but it was getting real messy for me because the sections are really tiny. So I needed like a fine liner to get into the really tiny sections. So it was getting real messy when I started here, and I decided to cover it with a black Sharpie. But as you can see, it's still shining through. So my plan is to maybe try something else. I'm thinking acrylic paint to go over the word wise in all black, and then I'll color these with fine liners. So it's single-sided, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, so this is a whip as well. These next books I have are the Flower Girl coloring books by M's Drawings, an illustrator on, I found her on Instagram. I think she has a YouTube, but this is what got me started in the coloring. So one of my favorite artists to follow is Timmy Danzo Art, and around this time she was doing a whole series on coloring and coloring books. I guess it was a thing for professional artists to do art and coloring books. So she was working in this book and I loved it. I'll link the playlist in the description box. But I fell in love and I was like, I gotta get me a book. So for this book, I did complete 3 images. I just started from the very first page and just started working through. So I completed this page, which was one that Timmy did, and I tried to follow hers as close as possible. Of course, hers is a whole lot better than mine. I used Crayola Super Tips and Amazon colored pencils because those were the next things that I purchased once I purchased this coloring book. So I used those for this book. And then this one was my second one. Same thing, Crayola Super Tips and Amazon colored pencils, and I was struggling with her skin. I'm not really, well, I'm still working on skin tones, and I don't know if you could tell, but I burnished the crap out of this page with so many layers of pencil because I was just trying to get it to look even and make it look right. But overall, I love how it looks. And if you can tell, I was kind of inspired by Ariel with the hair and the top. So yeah. And then this is the next one. Same thing, Super Tips and Amazon colored pencils. And then after that, I just was flipping through and I decided to work on this one, but I didn't finish. So this is a whip that I need to work on as well. And I said I was going to get back to it, but the problem is what happened is that in the midst of working on this one, because again, I was working with Crayola Super Tips and Amazon colored pencils, and they're good. But in the midst of that, I ended up purchasing Prismas. And once I got the Prismas, I kind of never came back to this book. I started buying other coloring books with better quality paper, and I kind of just put this on the back burner. So it was this one, as well as this one. This was another whip that I need to finish. So these are good illustrations, but definitely once you start to really get into coloring and you start to notice the difference in paper quality, it's hard to come back to these books. But I will complete these this year. That is my goal. This next book is, sorry for the glare, it's 125 flowers. Purchased it from Amazon, and I only have a whip in here. Well, I guess you can call it a whip, but again, I don't like the paper of this, and this is probably the only coloring book I regret getting because I don't really like the paper in this. And I started to use Prismas on this one, and I don't like the quality of the paper. And the more I look through it, because it's all different types of flowers, but the more I look through it, the more I feel like this is AI. And some people don't mind AI. I'm not a fan of AI. Had I known what I know now, I probably would not have bought this book. But yeah, so it's just, I wanted to learn more about flowers, and I thought this would be a good book. But I'm still going to keep it, and I'm still going to color in it, and hopefully I'll get that whip done. Okay, this book is Mini Nistas, and this was part of a sticker subscription that I had around 2020, 2021. So during the pandemic, I was heavy into planning. I posted a lot of planner spreads on my Instagram, and I had a sticker subscription to Oso Paper. And I also did orders outside of my subscription, and this was in one of my orders. So I did color the first page. Whew. When I look at this, I'm like, oh gosh. But I colored this one in 2021. I used the Sharpie metallics on her outfit. I don't know why it's two-toned like that. I used Sharpie fine liners on her hair, and I'm going to leave it the way it is, but this is the one that I completed. I love the illustrations in here, but so this is the one that I never got to finish. So I'm gonna finish this one, and it's a very small book. It's not that many images, but it's just images of her Mini Nistas from the sticker shop, and I love her illustrations. I was heavy on her stickers. Like, I bought her whatever kit she came out for that month, I bought it. So yeah, I'm gonna finish coloring in this one, and this is Mini Nistas. I don't even think you can get this anymore because I think she switched up her shop a lot. But it's also paper.com where you can get other stationery products. Okay, the next illustrator is Coco Michelle, and I have volume 1 and volume 2. I also have volume 3, but volume 3 I didn't color in, so I didn't include it in this video. But I have volume 1, and in this book I only started colored this page, and I want to do all brown for this, and I never got back to it, but eventually I'll finish coloring this one up. So I just kind of laid a light layer down just to get an idea of the tones I wanted to use. But yeah, so the plan is to do this in all earth tones, all brown color. And then this is her Christmas edition one, her holiday one. And I started this one. I actually was following her, following along with her on TikTok, because she does color alongs during the week on TikTok. So I was following along with her to do this bow. And I'm pretty good with following people. I'm pretty good with following reference photos. But this is as far as I got. This was supposed to be for Christmas. I did not finish it, but I need to because I like how the bow came out and I want to finish the whole thing. So I may color this even before next Christmas, or, you know, just because I want to finish it. And then I have another one in here. I started, didn't get to it, but I just started working on her hair, which is, this is the cover photo. So I started working on her hair, and that's about it. So yeah. The next book is In Love by Rachel Mintz, and this is a grayscale coloring book, and I think this book is so adorable. And this is the one that I started with the little bunny hugging the carrot, and it's so adorable. I think this is so cute. So I'm going to finish this one. I don't have much to do. I want to add a background as well, and I want to add, color more pages in here as well, because these to me are fairly simple images. It's not much to it. So yeah, this is the only one that I have, the only whip I have in this book. Next is books by Teresa Goodrich, because we love Teresa Goodrich. And I'll start with Gnome Sweet Gnome. So I have one completed in here, and that is the watermelon one. And I really enjoy coloring this one. I use all Prismas mostly, and then like micro pigrons. Am I saying that right? Pigma microns. Pigma microns for like the border and the little bell on his hat, and like wherever you see black. And then I use Posca white paint pens for like the white details. But mostly all of this is Prisma. This is another whip. I started this one in the fall, and this is as far as I got. I have this one as well. Didn't get much done to this one. I want to do this in all cool tones. So I have a little note here to color the trees violet. So yeah, I didn't get far with that one. And then this one is also a whip. I was following along with Ashley's coloring journey. She's doing a full book color of this book, and they have colored this page, they have colored this page, and they colored this page, and I am so far behind. So I need to get caught up and follow along with them. But that's all I have in Gnome Sweet Gnome. And then in Autumn Harvest, I just have one whip that I started for the fall, but didn't get around to completing it. And that's this one. I did like the dark gray background, but I don't know how I feel about that. So I said I'm just going to continue to try to finish it and then see how it comes out. But this is as far as I got with this one. And that's all I have in there. The next book, Mermaids in Paradise. This is actually one of my favorite books by Denise Klett. And I only colored one page in here, but I really want to color more pages. You could call this one completed, but I want to add a background to it, so I'm not finished. I want to add a cloud background. So yeah, this is this is funny with the bird sitting on a flower. So this is what I use. I use Prisma color pencils, and then for the little specks, white specks, I use the Posca paint pen. And once I add the cloud background, then I will consider it completed. But for now, this is where I'm at. Another favorite book of mine is Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. This is the only book I have of hers, and I love it. I want to color a lot of pages in here. I haven't decided if I want to make this a full color because it's a lot of detail. But I love the, I just love this book. It's very, you know, creative and fun. And oh, here we go. Okay, so I finished this one, and this is another one where I finished it, but technically I don't consider it completed because I want to add a pineapple background. So once I do that, it'll be officially finished. So I use all Prismas for this, and a little bit of Jelly Roll pen on the where you see the white lines and everything. I use a Jelly Roll pen. And I followed along with Emily Illustrator on this one, but I didn't use the same colors as her. But yeah, I just followed along with her for lighting techniques, which is something I want to work on this year as well. And I love how it came out. Very nice. And then I have some whips. This is another one where I was following along with Emily Illustrator, and she has since completed this page, and I am not there. The one thing I'm frustrated about is that I put away all my Prisma pencils, so I don't remember my color combinations for these. I don't remember which pencils I used when I colored the honeycomb and these flowers. So I have to figure that out before I can start coloring. And then I don't know if you can tell, but I started to use stickles. So the plan was to use stickles like in between the honeycombs where the white lines are. And I started here, and I forgot that I put stickles down, and I think I put a paper or something over top of it, and it all smeared. So it's like spread out all over. I like how it looks, and I think I'm gonna do that for the whole thing. So the only thing is that it kind of spilled out in this area. So I don't know how that's going to work when I start to color this area, but we'll see. So yeah, that's one whip. I have this one as well. I started to use Staedtler fine liners here, and it looked like it didn't bleed through, but I think I want to go to color pencils to finish this because I don't want anything to bleed through on the next page. And with this one, I didn't like my color pencil combination here, so I tried to erase this one, and it just faded out. But I need to figure out how I can fix this. And this is, well, one of my coloring goals, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, I want to complete a double page spread. I never did a double page spread before, and I think I want to do this one or one in Rita Berman's books. I haven't decided yet. So either way, I have to finish this one because I started this and I need to finish the whole page. So yeah. That's Rings of Wonder. Okay, this next book is just one completed page. This is an easy coloring book. And I like this book because it's simple, of course. And the illustrations are easy to color. So if like you are a beginner, I think this is a great book for beginners. So all I did in this one was this picture, the rose. I recently posted this to my Instagram. But this is another one where I think I want to do some type of a background. I don't know. I want to try my Neo colors, but I'm not familiar with this paper. I never used Neo colors before either, so I don't know how it'll work. I tested it so far on this one, and it seemed to do all right. So I'm thinking I can do it on this. My thing is I just colored this, and I don't want to mess this up. So I don't know. I use Sharpies and Prismacolor pencils. So that was, yeah. So that's that. Okay, so this next book is all completed pages in here. This was a coloring challenge with T's World of Adult Coloring. We colored 24 days to Christmas. I didn't make it to 24 days, but I did color 12 images. So I can show you guys the ones that I did. So we just focused on coloring the images that had numbers, because in between each image is a phrase. We didn't color the phrases. We just colored the images that had numbers. And I enjoy coloring this. The only challenge is that coloring an image every day is challenging, because you spend so much time on the image, and you have to keep, I had to keep reminding myself that I couldn't, this is one of my favorites that I like. I like coloring gingerbread houses. So I was taking my time, and it was like, you still have 20 more images to go. So that's where the challenge comes in. A lot of people on my Instagram like this one. Before coloring it, I didn't really care for it because I'm not really into nutcrackers. But after coloring it, this became one of my favorites as well. But yeah, like I was saying, it was challenging because you want to keep coloring and add more detail. But I had to remind myself, you still have to color the next image. You have to color a new image for the next day. So I don't know how I feel about daily challenges. But for the most part with these, I used Sharpies and Prismacolors and Posca paint pen. See, when I look at this one is when I started to I felt like I rushed through this one. It doesn't look bad. For me, I can tell I didn't really give it much thought. And then this one, I just used Jelly Roll Metallics, just to see how it will all look in just metallics. And this one was like an all red spread. And that's it. Yeah. So yeah, those are all the pages I completed. I plan to complete the rest for Christmas 2024. And then this book right here is one that I've personally made my coloring goal to complete all pages, Colortronics. This book is it's not new, fairly old. A couple years back it came out, but it's new to me. And I just love the kaleidoscope color theme of it. So I said I want to color all the pages. And I colored I colored 14 images so far. And they're all posted on my Instagram. And all I used was Sharpies. The zebra is one of my favorites. This is the one that I'm currently working on. Let me see. This one I started, but I'm gonna finish this one after I do the dog. This is the tiger. I'm saving this one for last because this is my favorite one of the final image that I love. So I said I want to save that one for last. I finished the leopard. I think I said it, but I use all Sharpies. Except for like this one, when I have like a large sky, I use the Sharpies, but then I kind of try to make it blend out a little bit more. You can still see it, but it looks a whole lot better. But I try to blend it out more with Prismacolor pencils. Here's another one where I tried to blend it out more with the Prismas. But other than that, I use Sharpies. And this are the images that are what they look like when they're all colored. I flagged the ones that are already completed, just so I could have some type of a visual of my progress. So I'm pretty much almost halfway through it. It's 29 images. I've colored 14 and I'm currently working on this little guy. So that's Colortronics, and I plan to finish this book this year. Okay, and this is the final book, and this is the Amazingly Adorable Characters Collection, Grayscale Coloring Book number 9 by Daria Kakersoy. And I only have one whip. This is a full book buddy color with T's World of Adult Coloring. And this is the page that I'm currently working on. And I'm using so far nothing but Prismas. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all Prismas. I may use markers because this took it's taken a while, and I want to complete the whole book. I don't know if I want to do all the images in just colored pencil. So this is the only whip I have so far. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for now. Sharing all my completed pages and my whips, and I hope that this was inspiring. And if you are coloring these books and you're looking for a buddy color, tag me. I'm on Instagram at A Handful of Virtue. And yeah, so if you see anything in this video that you want to color along with me, just let me know. All right, guys, talk to you soon and take care.